Here's the thing, when we want earphones, earbuds, whatever, we look for comfort. ANC is a must in this line, and again, like I've mentioned before, if you want golden ear standard audio, you best look into IEMs that cater to that end. The Aurvana Ace 2 is the second endeavor of Creative, who are my personal old faithful of the audio world in terms of quality, longevity of service, and affordability. That Katana V2 that I got close to 3 years ago sounds and functions like it did when I got it out of the box. Now that Creative are pushing further into the premium earbuds market with this fresh take on their existing Aurvanas, this is a huge step up with the inclusion of silicon-based xMEMS solid-state driver, a silicon microspeaker which uses electric pulses to make the silicon membranes to expand and contract that creates sound. And it is part of a new wave of audio products that delivers audio as we know it in a game-changing way. These xMEMS drivers also boast the world's fastest transient response that stops the sound exactly where it should. So that means it won't hit your ears too fast or too slow. And of course, Snapdragon sorcery with the Qualcomm aptX lossless technology, all packaged in a beautiful transparent black and bronze case. Out of the box, you got the buds, ear tips in 3 sizes, and a USB A to USB-C cable. Let's get the technical stuff out of the way. These run adaptive hybrid active noise cancellation and ambient mode, xMEMS solid-state driver, and 10mm dynamic driver. Audio codec-wise, it's running LC3, aptX lossless, aptX adaptive, aptX AAC, and SBC. Basically Qualcomm Snapdragon sound, which is compatible with phones that run Snapdragon chips, like this Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro, which runs the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. The Aurvana Ace 2 is also IPX5 water resistant. It runs up to 24 hours with 6 hours per charge, and it weighs 46.6 grams, or about 1.64 ounces. These buttes feel comfortable in ear, and the case isn't a smudge magnet, which pleases my eyes and senses. The closest pair of earbuds that I have on hand would be the AirPods Pro 2nd generation, which are more than $100 plus more than the Aurvana Ace 2s. 2 earbuds with the same goal of crisp audio and reliable ANC. Let's talk ANC. Between the two, the AirPods Pro 2s obviously beat out the Aurvana Ace 2s. Again, note the price points and how long Apple has been in the game of developing their ANC tech, which in a personal capacity is the closest anyone can get to Sony's level. With a great seal in the tips offered and switching between ANC, transparency, and turning the modes off to save battery, it's still the second best in class in terms of ANC and audio quality, and that's by like the smallest margin if you want a visual representation of the difference, but like this much. Whether it's the AirPods Pro 2s, the XM5s, or the Aurvana Ace 2s, they're all amazing earbuds to enjoy your music on, but what would elevate your level of comfort while using them is a Secretlab chair.
Here at Geek Culture, we've tested plenty of chairs, but Secretlab gaming chairs remain one of our favorites. Whether it's for work or play, they feel great to lean back against, with their ergonomic features offering support for the whole body, from the head and back to the arms, and even something for your butt. This mix of form and function helps the Titan Evo 2022 deliver the best seating experience like no other. For more information, check out secretlab.co.
The Aurvana Ace 2s are far away from the likes of the H2 chip on the AirPods Pro 2s. Again, the price range between the AirPods and Aurvana are pretty drastic, so it's not exactly fair because Apple's H2 chip tech has been in development for much longer. The given ear tips for the Aurvanas block out most of the noise, and the adaptive ANC mode is great when I blast my music up to the highest level possible. I say highest possible because they have limited the high frequency around 10 kHz to protect the xMEMS drivers. When you hit the max volume with the EQ on, which means not flat, of course, you will experience a drastic drop, which is the limiter, and the buds won't produce the same level of detail as it would a notch below. If I was at 90% volume on my PC, it would be fine. I'll still get the same level of detail and oomph in the bass, but when we get higher than that, to 100, everything drastically drops. However, if the EQ has been set to flat, you can go to the max volume without any limiter kicking in. In my experience, these really aren't made to be blasted on with, and having it around 50 to 70% on a train going underground and out of it, depending on your song, has the ANC and ear tip seal working well for the most part. However, you're still gonna pick up the whistling of the train going at high speeds, announcement chimes, and speaking of which, you might as well just do a microphone test at this point as well. Alright, so I'm recording audio through my iPhone for the Aurvana Ace 2s, and this is how the microphone sounds like in an office environment. I'll be playing some loud music later on to let you hear how it sounds like in a busy street, or, you know, just a loud environment. And yeah, this is how the Aurvana Ace 2 sound like. Again, I'm using the iPhone to record audio for the AirPods 2 Pro mics, and this is how it sounds like. We're going to be simulating a busy or loud environment later on. But yeah, this is how they sound like. Alright, so this is how the AirPods 2 Pro sound like with a lot of stuff going on. We've got audio coming from a video on that side. I have a fan set up here as well. So this is how the AirPods 2 Pro sound like when you're using them in a busy area. And now we're moving on to the Aurvana Ace 2s. You hear that? That's pretty loud, right? The audio is coming directly from the Nikon Z62, so just keep that in mind. Finally, this is how the microphones on the Aurvana Ace 2 sound like with a very busy environment. We've got a video playing over there, I've got a fan set up here. So this is how they sound like. So let me know what you guys think of each mic in the comments section down below. ANC and the Aurvanas are decent and of course are also beaten by the AirPods Pro 2s by a lot, even at the same volume levels. Lastly, to cap off the part where the Aurvanas get limited at the max volume, the AirPods are way louder. We're talking like Apple's 70-80% is Creative's 90-100%, and obviously nothing will get capped off. Now, before we move on from ANC, I wish Creative let us set the intensity of ANC like they did with the SenseMOS Airs. Instead of it being solely adaptive ANC, which is great, but the few of us out there, mostly me, would love to have that kind of control. I guess the only brand that gets adaptive ANC totally right, in my opinion, is still Sony with their WH-XM5s, which I've been using as my daily driver. Having the headphones adjust the pressure accordingly and comfortably while maintaining their signature level ANC and audio quality is something only they can do at the moment, with Apple coming in hot in second place. We must not forget that the Aurvana Ace 2s were not made to be ANC focused, but rather the quality of sound. And this is where I'll say, I actually enjoy listening to my music much more on the Aurvanas compared to the AirPods 2 Pros, solely because of the xMEMS drivers alone. Because again, the xMEMS drivers, which use the electric pulses to make the silicon membranes to expand and contract that create sound, combined with the dynamic driver, makes for a much larger range of precise and natural sounds. Listening to Lavender Haze by Taylor Swift, the highs are crisp with a much fuller sounding treble and bass, much more detailed than the AirPods Pro 2s. A lot of other subject experts do agree that when listening with these would be the closest thing to listening to the track being played live. I listened to Thelonious Monk's Easy Street and Jesus, the plucking on the double bass, the little breaths or crooks far back in the track at the start and basically just throughout the song, and the weight of Thelonious pressing down on the keys of the piano and how whole the room he's recording in sounds like. It really feels as if I'm there listening to the recording being done. Also, I have to say, I didn't feel any sort of listening fatigue like I usually would with conventional earphones over long periods of time because of the xMEMS, and you honestly should give these a shot because they are comfortable in every way. My final thoughts on these two buds in a hit-to-hit. Obviously, the AirPods beat out the Aurvanas on ANC. It's smoothness in the Apple ecosystem, being able to find my buds in case locations while providing ease of access to your average fellow when it comes to EQ options and just everything else. I mean, obviously, if you're an Apple user, I don't know why you wouldn't be using anything else that isn't Apple. The Aurvana Ace 2s though, lacking in the ANC department, sound way better than the AirPods by a heck of a lot and give you more freedom in adjusting your EQ at an affordable price in the premium earbud market. If you're an Apple user, of course, you'd gravitate to the AirPods, but if you're someone looking to join that next wave of innovation and strides being made in delivering audio never done before at a great price, Creative is the way to go. Personally, I'll be sticking with the AirPods Pro 2s because I'm already sucked in the ecosystem, but I will definitely be using the Aurvanas whenever I'm at my PC playing games and listening to music. So if you have any questions about the both of them, type them out in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to get to them. Don't forget to follow us on all of our socials right here to keep up to date with the latest news, which we put up every day. And if you haven't, maybe like this video and subscribe to us. It goes a long way in helping the channel out. Anyway, have a great week and yeah, I'll catch y'all soon.